What's up, guys? Welcome back to another week of the Reloaded series. Very excited for this week. All my big rulers are now at 1, which is very sad, but they've carried me for the last 2 episodes, and if this week the opening doesn't go good, I might have to fall back on them again. I have the Heretics to abuse them. The Dragons are still at 1, but I can still make Dracosack and Big Eye very easy. While my deck will still be able to do the same thing it's done, the grind game is way different now. Not having access to multiple big dragons mean if I banish a big dragon, that's basically it. I'm going to have to dig deep if I have any cards to bring them back, but I really just don't have access to stuff like Return from the Different Dimension or anything like that, or DDR. So I'm very hesitant to play the deck, but then again, it is Dragon Rulers, so they are probably going to be very strong. I don't know. I'm going to do my opening. We'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. But worst case, I know I have the Dragon Rulers in my back pocket. Let's see what happens. First wheel is going to be for Judgment of the Light. Let's see what happens. I don't think there's anything I'm really looking for, but I'll take what I can get. Ooh, almost got a Secret Rare. So we got Ultra. Let's see what we get. Okay, you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and grab this Cock-a-Doodle-Doo. Don't know if we'll ever play it. It's an extender, I guess. Maybe in Link format. It's free Link fodder. We don't get access to Hulk, so I don't see that being relevant. But, you know, who knows? I'm going to grab it. It's the best I can go with.
Well, guys, here we are, the final episode of the Zexal era. And while I'm excited to get out of the Zexal era, I am also extremely unhappy with the way things have been going. This could potentially be my 3rd hat-trick loss in a row. And if I lose here, it means I got blown out for the entirety of the Zexal era, and I am not okay with that. My consistency has got to step it up because these past few games I have lost horribly to Game 2 bricks. So I have to step it up here because Justin is already an amazing opponent who's a way better deck builder than me. So I have to figure out how to overcome not just that, but the Dragon Rollers, the T-Kings, and whatever else Justin may have up his sleeve this week. That being said, before any of that happens, we have to spin the wheel twice. Once for Judgment of the Light and once for Shadow Spectre. I personally would really like a Star Eater, and that's about it from this set. Unfortunately, it is a secret, and it looks like I'm gonna get an Ultra. That is not too bad. Man, I really wish I got that secret rare, but I think the card this week will be Cock-a-Doodle-Doo. Funny to say, nice splashable level 5 tuner. Not sure how much it's going to come up right now, but it's definitely got a lot of potential. Just, man, I really would have liked that Star Eater.
Alright, wheel number 2. This is for Shadow Specters. Let's see how well we can do. Hopefully we get something pretty good. Okay, looks like we get a super rare. Alright, so after going through this list, honestly, these super rares, they're not that great. So the wheels both aren't treating us too well this week, but if I had to absolutely pick a super rare, the one that I think could maybe come up, it's gonna be all the way up here at the top, the Ghostrick Lantern. Don't know if I'll really play these, but I think my Ghostrick core was okay. Not full. I don't know. I'm going to have to go to the collection to see, but I know I have a decent collection of Ghostricks. So this is an okay battle hand trap one, I guess. And it's a pivotal part to the deck, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Don't know if we'll play it, but it would be very fun to try if I can. But all in all, the wheels, not too great to us. Very excited for the opening. I'm really hoping to get a new deck. But again, like I said, worst case we play Dragon Rulers.
Next up for Shadow Specters, there's a couple things I want, but the odds of me pulling double Ultras in a row or a secret here is still incredibly low. But never say never. It looks like I'm getting a common. Oh, come on. I think I'm just going to pick up the Mythic Tree Dragon. I don't remember if I pulled one of these or not last week. I don't care. That was really... Man.
Alright guys, first pack of the day, Legacy of Valiant. This pack's actually pretty insane. Sylvans make their debut, which is an amazing archetype, but it's all kind of high rarity. There's also Gravekeeper support, there's Boojins and Ghostricks. But really, in my eyes, the number one thing that scares me, especially if Ricardo gets them, is the 2 generic rank 4s, 101 Honor Arc and Exciton Knight. Both of these rank 4s warped the game. Everybody had to play the game completely different on release. Honor Arc can take a monster in attack position and equip it as a material, and Exciton Knight is basically the old version of Zeus, being a black rose during either player's turn. It's pretty dang crazy. For today's opening, I don't really have my fingers crossed for Sylvan as much as I'd love it, but really I would love to bag one of those 2 rank 4s because at the end of the day, they're both removal and they're both really amazing. So let's flip it up. First pack. Oh, I saw an Exceed card. Nothing there. Oh, that's a secret rare, the first Monarch. What trash. Oh well. And there's Ghostrick Skull. How fun.
Our first set of the week is Legacy of the Valiant, and this one introduces the Sylvans, which I'm really hoping to pull a nice core of. A couple things are a little higher rarities, but I think we should be okay, and it's still plant support, so I think we'll be good either way. There's also a bunch of new Ghost Trick and Bujin archetype support. Not really sure how good that's going to do me. I missed out on a couple key cards last week, but overall I think Sylvans are the way for us to go this week. That being said, here is pack number 1. Starting things off with a Rose Witch, which is cool for plant support, I guess. Not much else, though.
Hey, okay, this is a pretty cool pack. Ghostrick Mary is a very good Ghostrick card, not gonna lie. We just got the Lantern as well. Very interesting. If we can get some more, then I would be very tempted. But I still think Dragon Ruler beats Ghostrick like 99 times out of 100. So as of right now, we're still playing Dragon Ruler, but there's also Yugioh, the Keeper of the Sacred Tree. This is an amazing generic level 10 synchro. Very glad we have this.
Pack number 3, we get this little racist.
Ooh, that's a big one. The second mushroom, but right next to it, Silent Honor Arc. I would have much rather had Exciton Knight, I'm not gonna lie, but I will gladly take this right here at the end. Pack 21, very insane. Glad we have it.
Oh, okay, so we do get Yugioh, the Keeper of the Sacred Tree. Pretty interesting. Not sure how easy that's going to be for me to make right now, but still, pretty good to have.
Final pack. Can we get the 1 Exciton Knight in the close? Flip it up. No. That was a good pack, though. Check it out. We got our 3rd Mushroom and our 1 Marsh Leaf. That's not bad. We don't have the level 8 to draw cards, though. Well, that's kind of a pivotal card. I don't know. That's not the best. It's not the worst. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with this. We got some Ghostrick support with the Jack Frost and the 1 Mary. We also got a couple of Leos. We got our playset of Mushrooms and some Sunflower Knights. We got the Honor Arc somewhere down here. There it is, right there. We also got this Fairy Knight. Again, not bad, not good. Didn't hit Exciton Knight, which is kind of sad, but if we get a Winner's Wheel, we might have a shot at it. We did get the 1 Marsh Leaf, though, which is monster removal for the deck. Very interesting. Lone Fire, I believe, is at 2 right now, so maybe this is playable. This is really the only big one we have, though, the Guardian or whatever it is. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the next opening. There is more support for the Sylvans in Primal Origin. This is pretty interesting.
All right, so let's see what we got this week. All right, so we got like 4 little racists over here. The proudest of them all. Disgusting. We got a couple Beasts of the Forest here. We did get Guardioaks. Again, I really would have liked a lot more Sylvan support, but I think I only pulled like 3 Sylvans total. And multiple Jack Frost. I don't know, maybe Ghost Tricks have a better route for me this week. Extra deck wise, we did pull Leo, which is really cool. We pulled this Bujin Nixies, a couple of Gorgons, and a bunch of Utopias, and of course this Heart Earth Dragon. I don't know, not really the opening I was hoping for here. Let's get on to the next one.
Alright guys, Primal Origin is the second pack of the episode for us. Nothing that's crazy like Exciton Knight or 101, but there's more Sylvan support. The artifacts are introduced as well, which you guys all know Scythe, so that's pretty amazing. But there's no crazy power card like last set, which unfortunately we didn't get the And unfortunately, we didn't get the Exciton, but hey, we got the 101. There's also some good low rarity Exceeds in here, so let's flip up the first pack and see what we get. These Exceeds are complete trash.
3, 2, 1. And our final set of the week and of the Zexal era is Primal Origin, and this one is loaded. Starting things off, we have the artifacts, including the ever-popular Artifact Scythe. In addition, one of my favorite tuners in the game, O-Lion, is introduced in this set, and a whole bunch of support for things that we've seen in previous sets like Trap Tricks and Ghost Tricks. This set's insane. I'm really hoping for that O-Lion, and I don't want to play Scythe. I hope no one gets Scythe, but if I were to get a Scythe, I guess that wouldn't be so bad. But here we go, pack number 1. We do get some artifacts, but neither of the ones that I really prefer, and unfortunately no O-Lion.
Okay, here we go. Pack 3, there's Ragna 0. Good rank 4, and since Ricardo's on Fire Fist, this is pretty good because it'll pop monsters whose attack has been modified. So with all his fire formations making their attack bigger, I can pop his monster and then I get to draw a card. Pretty dang good. Tachyon Chaos Hole. I can genuinely say I've never heard of that. But there's Galaxy Tomahawk. That's a great rank 7. I mean, I guess I could put it in the Dragon Rulers, but really this card shines in Link format, detach 2 materials, and get a bunch of tokens. Obviously, it's banned today. Super insane. Oh, okay. I mentioned him earlier. Artifact Scythe. Crazy. Okay. It's pretty good. If we can get a Sanctum, actually, that'd be pretty crazy. Okay, we got the Scythe. It's not very good right now, especially with him being on Fire Fist. That deck isn't like reliant on going on the extra deck, and even Dragon Rulers as well. We're still in a format where the monsters are really the mainstay of the format, not so much the extra deck.
We do get the artifact Exceeds, but more importantly, we pulled the O-Lion, which just a fantastic card. God, I miss it so much. Oh, we got Majesty's Fiend. I didn't even realize that. Oh, okay. That's cool. I'm not really a fan of that being here, but okay.
There's an ultra rare Bujin, the Hirume or whatever it is. Could have been Sanctum, but you know. But there's also the Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion, and we don't get Hulk, so I don't know how well we're going to be able to abuse this, but it is banned for a reason, so who knows. Maybe we can figure something out. Last pack, can we get something good? No. Well, okay, take that back. That's a pretty good rank 4 Rhapsody and Berserk. It's a DD Crow, and it can also buff up one of your other Exceeds, so pretty good. But all in all, this opening would really be average in my eyes, but we did get the Rhapsody, we did get the Ragna 0, we got the Tomahawks, and we did get a Scythe. Don't know how soon we'll be able to abuse it, or even if we can, because obviously no Sanctum, which is unfortunate. And really, yeah, I don't know. This is kind of awkward. I really don't know what to say about this opening. It's really not good, but, you know, I guess it is what it is. Let's move on to the deck builder.
All right, so one pack to go. I pulled my O-Lion. Will this be Scythe or will this be nothing? Oh, and it's nothing. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here. New Glad Beast. Got some Hazy Flame support. A bunch of new Sylvans have joined the lineup, which is good. We got a bunch of archetypes. Unfortunately, we did not pull the important ones. Unless I'm mistaken, and I got a Moraltech or something. No, that's unfortunate. Easily the best pull of our week here is the O-Lion. This tuner is insane. It replaces itself with a nice token after leaving. Plenty of exploitable plays with this one. Again, a couple new Sylvan cards. Not sure if it's going to be usable though. No Exceeds in my lineup, so that's unfortunate. As for this week's extra deck pulls, pretty decent here. Triple Phantom Fortress, a couple Galaxy Tomahawks. The Rhapsody and Berserk is really cool. Shadow Lynch, I guess. We do get some nice rank 2s though. Manipulator Souls and of course the Ghost Trick. So cute, boss. So it might be a Ghost Trick week. I don't know. Whatever I do this week, I have to come prepared because I do not want to get hat-tricked 3 times in a row, and I don't want to get blown out for the Zexal era, so it's going to be a good one. But for the last time in the Zexal era, time to build.
Alright, we had a pretty decent opening this week, but nothing that really changed my mind about what I wanted to play this week. This is basically the remnants of the last deck I've played the last couple weeks. I really don't see a reason to change things up. I just had to cut some of the combo pieces and add some filler. And as long as I have access to a tomb to tutor out these dragon rulers with the heretics, I really think that this deck can work. I really wanted to play like a plant ruler deck, but I don't have card trooper, I don't have curry bandit, so it's kind of hard to really play that deck, especially since there's no soul charge in the game. And for that reason exactly, I just felt like the most consistent build that I could come up with the dragon rulers right now is the heretic build. We did change a couple of things up, but just like last week, we are playing 3 copies of a set, Su and Tefnuit, very standard. We still have the 1 Labradite alongside the 2 Flamvell Guard. In addition, I'm also playing 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is primarily for my new level 1 tuners in the deck, the White Stone of Legend. I unfortunately don't have cards of consonance or even trade-ins to combo with this, but the stone is a decent normal summon to synchro with. It'll get me a Blue Eyes, which is free dragon fodder, but also there is a world where if I special Tefnuit and tribute it off for a set can copy Blue Eyes when I bring it out from the deck. That way we can still make our rank 8 number 46. I'm really scraping the bottom of the barrel for this to be in this deck, but there are some cards like Raigeki Break that are going to require more discards, and I don't have a lot of big dragons to abuse to its fullest potential. I can't just banish these all willy-nilly. So making sure that I keep these dragon rulers in circulation is going to be very important, and having other cards to discard in case I need to is going to be what carries this deck. Like I mentioned, we're still playing 1 of each ruler that we have access to. We're also playing 1 of each baby still, just because we have so many dragons in the deck. If I was on plant ruler, I would not be playing the babies, but in this case, since we have so many dragons, I figured why the heck not. We're also still playing the 2 mythic tree alongside the water dragon, again setting up the rank 8 plays, and also this mythic dragon is one of the better normal summons if I have title. For the last monster, we're still on the max C. Even though he was on Fire Fist, he did go into his extra deck, so this is something that I still feel like I should be playing because he might mix it up this week, even though I do think Fire Fist is a pretty scary deck. Moving on to the spells, of course, we have the Rhoda for the Heretics, we have the Reborn in Prem, and the Super Rejuve alongside the Card of Safe Return, just like last week. A new addition is Card Destruction. I just wanted more draw power for the deck. Again, I think this card's really great, especially since Ricardo's not on Dragon Rulers. It combos well with Rejuve if we see it, but in all actuality, I'm just trying to dig for the Dragon Rulers as soon as possible. One new addition is Miracle Dig. I was looking through my collection and believe it or not, this is a common, and I literally only pulled 1 of these way back when. So I'm going to play the one. What it does is if I have at least 5 monsters that are banished, I can target 3 of them and put them back in the grave. So this is my only way at getting my big rulers back in the grave if I had to banish them. Ricardo also plays stuff like Bottomless Trap Hole and DD Crow, so I definitely have to respect those cards, and for that reason, now that my ruler's at 1, I feel obligated to play this card. For the last spell, of course, we're still going to be playing 3 Upstart Goblin. We're just trying to draw our best cards. And to mix things up, because Ricardo is on Fire Fist, I am going the skill drain route this week. None of the Heretics are really phased by this outside of their on-field effects. And of course, all the Dragon Rulers are just huge beat sticks we can constantly recur. So for that reason, I feel like Skill Drain would be very insane in this deck. And if I see it, I definitely think if Ricardo's on Fire Fist, he's gonna struggle. Because back row removal really isn't good against my deck, at least the last couple episodes. For the last card, I opted to play double Raigeki Break. This is only because its main deck outs to stuff like Oppression, Vanity's Emptiness, any degenerate cards he might be trying to play to counter the rulers. I don't know if he thinks I'm gonna be on ruler, but I would assume he thinks I'm on ruler, which would make sense, but again, I just think Raigeki Break is a really amazing card. It's versatile removal, and there's so many cards that I don't mind discarding. Side deck is basically the same as last week. We have the Dark Hole, Raigeki, Lightning Storm, Triple MST, Heavy Storm, and the Wing Beat, all for monster and spell and trap removal. We got the one Breaker, the MVP of last episode, let's go, and 3 DD Crow, just in case he's on a graveyard-centric deck. And for the last cards, we have the Oppression alongside double Vanity's Emptiness. I think this might be the last episode this is at 2. I could be wrong, though. Moving on to the extra deck, we did have a couple small changes. We are on 1 Scrap Dragon this week. We haven't been summoning it as much as I thought we would, so I decided to bump this down to 1. We got Stardust, Colossal Fighter, Crimson Blader, Black Rose, the Karakuri, and Star Eater just like last week. We still have the Atum and the Swordbreaker, and I actually decided to add the Fairy Knight to the deck. It takes 3 level 6s, so it's a little harder to make, but if I detach 2 materials from this card, I can return all other cards on the field to the hand, and your opponent can't respond to it. So this is actually pretty crazy if I can pull it off, but again, it's not very likely. After that, just a bunch of rank 7s. We got the Big Eye, we got the Gyos, which actually, now that I think about it, I should technically cut, because there actually isn't a world I can make this. So, whatever. It is what it is. We're going to play Gyos. We got the one Draco Sack and the newly acquired Galaxy Tomahawk. Don't know if we're ever going to summon it, but the option's there. It is a 3k defender that can wall up with tokens, so that's pretty neat. And of course, like I mentioned from last week, we got the one number 46. Deck's basically the same as last week. We just took a different route with our new available space in the deck. Got a couple new dragons in there, got some trap cards now. Hopefully Ricardo's deck doesn't get any crazier, but even though last week was a 2-0, I think last week was the closest Ricardo has gotten to actually putting me in a really difficult place to play the game. Pendulums are just around the corner. We also have Shaddolls and BA. It's going to be a crazy week next week. I'm very nervous to see what happens, but we're also supposed to be having a ban list, so we'll see what happens and what we can do to shake up the meta. I'm very excited looking forward, and for that reason, I'm hoping to get another win with my Dragon Rulers.
Alright guys, the deck of the week is Fire Fist. Once again, the deck's solid. It's just, we played a couple bricks last time that didn't really help out, and, well, I don't know, I've grown pretty fond of the deck, so here's this week's build. Starting things off, we once again have our trio of tuners over here. Our one blaster, obviously it's got the fire synergy with the deck, so it's really just here for that. Of course, blaster itself is just a crazy card in general, but the fire synergy is the main selling point of it being in the deck. Next up, we have one boar. It's a level 4 tuner, searchable via Tenki. Just a solid card overall. Next up, we got our double bears and our triple gorillas, still the most important cards of the deck, and that's pretty much it for the Fire Fist lineup. We got the one Witch of the Black Forest, our one burner for our blaster, our lone fire, and of course our dandy because we're playing the plants. We're playing Granmole this week just because I got to get over some of Justin's more problematic seas monsters, and I don't have a lot of outs to them outside of things like Granmole and DD Warrior Lady, and Granmole seems like the better option right now. Next up, double Card Trooper just to mill. We got Monster Born and Premature because, well, I feel like my Fire Fists are going to hit the grave pretty easily, and just having these two guarantees that I'll have some way to get them back. Next up, we got triple Tenki. It was at 2 in previous weeks, but now it's at 3, meaning that I have full search power, which is really fantastic for the deck. Triple Tensu, just so that I have extra targets to set. 1 for 1 for the 2 plant monsters. Heavy Storm to clear Justin's back row. Same with the double MST. 1 Raigeki for board wipes. Brain control because sometimes I just want to take Justin's monsters, and of course we ban Changed of Heart, so next best thing. Trap lineup is pretty beefy this week. We got Solemn and Warning because the ban list is pretty sad right now. We've got Bottomless Trap, Hole, Compulse, Double Mirror Force, Needle Sealing, which is a card I haven't played in a while, but I feel like maybe I should, especially with how quickly Justin's spamming the board. And then double Horn of the Phantom Beast because of course my monsters are Beast Warriors. As for the side, we got double Cyber Dragons just in case I need to get a quick body on the field. The third MST in a completely dumb and hilarious choice. I decided to go with Dragon Capture Jar. I don't know if it's going to see play. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm running it for the meme. Next up, we got the one Macrocosmos because I feel like if I can banish most of Justin's things, then I should be in a pretty good spot. Triple DD Crow because his graveyard is consistently dangerous. Dark Hole, again another board wipe. Our Royal Decrees because I'm afraid of Justin's back row, specifically the Royal Oppression. Trap Dust Shoot just in case I end up going first in game 2 or 3. And then both of our forbidden cards right here. Extra deck wise, we got Formula, Balmung, which is pretty new to the deck. We got Magical Android because of course generic level 5. Our Goyo, who is still solid. Iron Chain, Black Rose, Stardust. Crimson Blader, once again, broken. It just shuts down decks left and right. We'll see what it can do against Justin this week if I can manage to get it on the field. We got Colossal Fighter, the Fire Fist Kirin. This card it's good. It works with the deck, obviously. I don't know. Sometimes I like summoning monsters just because it's their week to shine. Maybe Stardust is the better choice. Maybe Crimson Blader is the better choice. But how often am I going to really play Fire Fist Kirin? We'll find out. Shooting Star because, just we have Formula and we have Stardust. Our Leo Keeper, the Sacred Tree. I'm not really sure how viable I can make this one, but yeah, it's in there just in case. Next up, Utopia, Blade Armor Ninja, and Rhapsody and Berserk to finish out the main deck. Last week we had a pretty good showing of Fire Fist. It wasn't bad for a debut. Of course, Dragon Rulers are Dragon Rulers, so who knows what's going to happen. But I feel like this is probably my best bet this week, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, Justin, we're finally here, the end of the Zexal era. I'm pretty excited to be leaving this era, but things have not been going my way, and I am not really pleased about
Yeah, this
that.
has definitely been my era for sure.
Yeah. If I lose this one, not only do I lose every duel of the Zexal era, but it is 3 hat tricks in a row counting last season. So I'm really looking to pull out a win here.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, I'm not gonna lie. Oh man. Well, I guess some other cool things that are going on is this is going to be our last episode with Drawing 6 return as well. So that's kind of a pivotal point in history for Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. Arc 5 era changes quite a bit. Pendulum Monsters being the big one. But it's hard to think about next week when I still got this looming hat trick over my head.
I'm ready if you are, bud.
Yeah, let's get into it here.
Don't know if you noticed the sleeves this week.
Oh, I noticed.
Oh, okay, I think this week I'm going to go ahead and go first again. Since this is the last time we get to draw, next week I'll probably have to think a little bit harder. But
Yeah, that opening 6 card is a big deal.
Yeah. All right. Draw for turn.
Yeah.
All right, well, the ban list took a hit to my deck last week pretty hard. And I've been going back and forth on what I wanted to bring this week, and I figured, you know what, let's give it one last hurrah and see if we can make it work. I'm going to normal summon Essa.
You're going to be seeing these. Yeah, that is good.
All right, let's special summon Sue and activate the effect of Essa in the grave.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, we will bring out a vanilla, and we're going to bring out the Labradite in defense.
Yeah.
Right after that, I will exceed into our Tomb. Basically, the Yugi Boomers Pisty and LP combo. And then I'll detach to use its effect to summon the dragon.
Yeah.
Alright, and I will bring out the one of Blaster from the deck. Then I will activate Pebbles in hand, as we luckily still get to play these at 1 with our ban list. Send it to the grave alongside a new card to the deck, the White Stone of Legend.
Ooh. You want Blue Eyes?
Oh baby, I've had it since episode 1. I had to bring it back. All right, White Stone effect. We'll add Blue Eyes to hand. Feels right. Just feels right.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, I was considering Blue Eyes this week just because of those white stones.
Right?
Pulled them like 100 episodes ago, and was just like, not yet.
So this week's a little interesting because we have some new exceeds introduced to the game, at least in the rank 4 department. One being Exiton Knight, which is basically Zeus, just a little bit watered down, which is really horrifying. And the other being 101 Honor Arc, which can take an attack position monster and equip it as a material. When it was released, a lot of Dragon Ruler decks had to start doing what I'm doing. They have to put that Dracossack in defense. That way, things don't get snatched up.
Yeah. That Honor Arc was a pain in the ass. That card.
Yeah, it's a good card, but the crazy thing is it got power crept really fast with Castell, which came out like literally a set or two after. But all right, but that's all I've got for this turn. Dracossack, a Tomb with a back row.
here we go. Draw. So Draco's sack, can't really do much to it because you got the tokens on the field. Back row could be scary. Decisions here. You know what? I think we just go for it here. Blind MST.
Ooh, that's a good hit. You got my Geki break.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, I guess I'll give it away too here. I couldn't go 1 week without giving this deck another shot here, so we're gonna go Fire Fist Gorilla.
Okay.
Gonna go ahead and go to battle and run over one of the Draco sack tokens.
Luckily, you don't get a fire formation, but yeah, that's good.
Main phase 2, I think I'm just going to go ahead and... I think I'll set... man, rough. I think the smart move here is to set 2 and pass.
Alright. Starting turn. Alright, let's standby phase, anything?
No, you're good.
Alright, let's start with activating Attune's effect.
Yeah.
Get any dragon, but reduce to 0. I'm going to bring out Sue from the deck.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and activate Sue's effect. I will tribute this Tefnut to target a back row and destroy it.
That's fine with me.
Okay, and then I will activate that Tefnut effect to summon a vanilla.
Yeah.
Bring out the Flamval Guard. I think now I will go ahead and synchro for 7.
Yeah.
I'm going to make black rose. And I will activate the effect.
Yeah, that's going to be fine.
Alright, token gets destroyed, but the Dracosat stays. And then I will detach to get 2 tokens. Change this Dracosac to attack. Activate Card of Safe Return. We're gonna banish 2 of these dragons to bring back our blaster.
Yeah.
Draw 1 card. Oops, sorry about that. And then I'm gonna banish 2 more for the Redox. And then I'm going to perform a tribute summon for Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, that is good.
All right, battle phase. Let's get it.
You got this one.
Yes, had to do it with Blue Eyes.
All right, here we go. Game 2. I have to take first. I can't let you set up a board like that again.
Understandable.
Ugh. All right, this hand's pretty interesting. I don't want to do this here. All right, here we go. Opening draw, the last time. Oh, it's not bad. It's rough. I think here the smartest move is to set 1 and then pass 2 in a classic L set pass and pass turn.
All right, starting turn. Okay, so I think I'm going to start things off with a Herratic Seal of Convocation.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pick me up a Sue.
Yeah.
You control a monster, so I will special summon Tefnut.
That's rough. You got 5 cards in hand.
It's just a Cyber Dragon.
That is not. That is not a once per turn, which is the funny part.
True.
Yeah, I think that's good.
All right, we will tribute this to special summon that Sue I searched.
Yeah.
And we'll activate that Tefnate effect.
Yeah.
And in this case, I will bring out Flamvel Guard.
Yeah.
I can just go ahead and sink 7 right away and do the same thing as last time. Try to Black Rose you.
That is rough. I will have to activate the soul.
All right.
The hard one of
Yep. And half your life points. All right. Let's go Mystical Space Typhoon for that last one.
Damn, this one's going to be real funny.
Stop it. Just stop it now. I thought you were trying to win the hat trick, bro.
Bro, my Solums are gone. What you mean?
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I am gonna have to activate this baby dragon in my hand. I'll pitch this water to grave, and I'll special summon Blaster from the deck. After Blaster hits the field, I will banish 2 dragons in attempt to activate Title's effect. Alright, Title summons himself. And I don't know what you got down there, but to be safe, I think I'm going to make the Dracosac first. I'll go ahead and detach the Blaster to get 2 tokens. And I'll go to the battle and I'll attack.
Yep. You hit Spore.
Oh, plants. Huh. Okay. Alright, I'll pass my turn.
We go draw.
I still can't believe you started Dragon Capture Jar, man.
You had to do it. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and start off by activating Tenki.
Tenki is good.
And with that, I think the card to search here, I think it has to be Gorilla.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and banish 2 Gorillas from my hand.
No, it's not.
To special summon Blaster.
Okay.
And that Dracosac is just the real pain in the ass.
Meta defining.
How big are these?
They're zeros.
How big are these tokens here? Zeros? Alright, this will be funny then. I'm going to go ahead and normal summon Dandelion.
Alright.
And go to battle and just run over the tokens.
Okay.
That's unfortunately where I got to pass.
Ooh, okay. Let's start the turn. Well, this is interesting because you're playing Dragon Rulers, which makes me want to like Crimson Blader you, but really you're more of like a rank 4 deck technically, so it's interesting. Okay. I think what I'm going to have to do is first I will detach Title to get 2 tokens.
Yeah.
Then I will activate the Title, bringing itself back, and then I'll banish Blaster, and I'll banish a Burner. And then I'll activate its effect, and I will search a level 1. Go ahead and grab the Flamvel Guard. Then I think what I want to do after that will be this might be a little funny. This is something we used to do back in Dragon Ruler format, but kind of funny it's coming up right now. I'll normal summon Flamvel Guard, and then I will Synchro 7. And these are machines, so I can Synchro Summon for Karakuri Shogun MDL 00 Beret. Now, I don't have a target in deck, but it's a level 7. Either way, you're just going to get the Blaster. So I think I'm just going to use the Beret effect to put it in defense. And then I can get in there for some damage. So we will go ahead and go Dracosac over the Blaster. Beret over the Dandy. And then Tidal will swing over one of the tokens.
Yeah.
Main phase 2, I think. Well. What can you do to level 5 secret? I don't think you could do anything. I could be wrong. You know what? I'm going to risk it. I'll go ahead and pass. Let's see what you can do.
I'm hoping to do something here. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start off by banishing Dandelion.
Okay.
It's a special summon Spore at 4.
Alright.
Next up, I will normal summon Witch of the Black Forest.
Ooh. That's a good top deck. Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and sink 8.
Okay.
And the card I'm going to summon is going to be Crimson Blade.
Yep. Gonna get mega punished here.
And then the effect of Witch will activate, giving me a search.
Okay.
The card I'm going to add to hand is DD Crow.
Okay.
Yeah, so Shogun can't get over Blader. Draco can't get over Blader. Yeah. Alright, then we'll go to battle. And Blader will attack over Tidal.
Okay. Interesting choice. I'll take 200. And now I cannot summon 5 or higher, which is a pretty big deal.
And then... yeah, I think I just go ahead and pass that.
Oh no, Ricardo. You didn't see it. Main phase 1. Activate Beret effect.
Yeah. Oh, forgot about this token. Oh, I had no way to get rid of it.
He didn't know.
Oh, I forgot about it.
Oh my god.
There was nothing I could do.
Oh no. Oh man. Good game, bud. Oh, what a misplay. That's okay.
I don't think it was a misplay. There was just nothing I could do about it.
If you would have ran over the Beret, then you would have been able to at least live another turn. Actually, maybe even 2, because as long as you had Blader up, I could have popped it. So the plan was, in my head, I thought you had to swing over Beret because I thought you knew that I'm going to win with the token. So then when you ran over Tidal, I was like, oh, he has another way to out Beret. Because in my head, I thought I was in an okay spot because I knew I could use my my Draco Sack effect to at least pop the Crimson Blader. And even though I don't get to play that turn, at least I know the following turn you won't be able to lock me out with Crimson Blader again. So I thought it would pass one more turn.
I completely forgot about Beret not needing the Karakuri to activate that effect. In my head, it was on summon or when there's another Karakuri involved, so I completely forgot you could change that position.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, who knows what would have happened? You would have gotten to see another turn for sure. You had the Crow for my my dragon, which is nice, but I also had this Miracle Dig to bring back my blaster.
Ooh.
So I would have at least been playing still, which would have been pretty unique.
Yeah, so this week I was thinking about playing Ghost Tricks just because I pulled a pretty nice lineup, but ultimately I just lacked the rank 2s to make them even remotely usable. And I figured if you were on dragons again, they didn't really stand a chance.
Right.
I knew the ban list hit you, but you still have access to the baby dragons, so I felt like the ban list still really didn't do much in that turn.
Right. I think the weird thing is I actually didn't want to play Heraldic Ruler this week. I really wanted to play Plant Ruler, which was really one of the better evolutions of this deck after it got hit, because obviously we didn't get to play with the babies, but it's kind of different because back then we would have like Curry Bandit, and I don't have Card Trooper, and they have like Dragon Shrine and Foolish. They have so many ways to get access to their one of Dragon Rulers, whereas for me in my card pool, my best route to getting access to my Dragon Rulers is through a tomb. And of course the babies help, but in the plant ruler deck, I don't have a lot of dragons in the deck, so the consistency of resolving these babies is like very low. Whereas when I play the Radix, not only do the babies get better, but just having an in-engine way to tutor out any dragon with a tomb makes it to where this is probably the most consistent build that I could possibly build. I did put the skill drains in the main deck this week. I lost big rulers, so I had to add some new cards. I put in the Blue Eyes engine with some Raigeki breaks just because I was afraid of Oppression this week and Vanity's Emptiness. I wanted to make sure I at least had cards for it, and it synergizes, with the dragons and the Blue Eyes stuff. Also, there's some funny plays where I could always sack a Heratic to bring Blue Eyes out from the deck, and then Essek can copy its level to make my rank 8, which is pretty hilarious. But I mean, this deck was pretty good, and honestly, it functioned pretty dang well for the fact that I'm lacking all these dragon rulers. It just makes it to where I really have to manage my dragon rulers responsibly, because once I banish them, it's very hard for me to get them back unless I have the card I just showed you, the Miracle Dig or whatever it is, to put them back, which I literally only have one copy in my whole opening from who knows how long ago, but it's literally common. But
Yeah, this week I didn't really pull much. I pulled some Ghost Tricks, which were an option, but not against the Dragon Rulers. I wanted to get a nice the Sylvan Core, but I think I pulled Knight or whatever his name is, and that was it. So they were out.
I was kind of close. I got a decent core, but I didn't get the field spell, I didn't get the Graceful Charity, and I didn't get any of the big monsters, like the level 7 or the level 8. But I got a lot of the little guys, like the mushroom and the marsh leaf, all the little warriors and stuff. So I had all the little stuff, plus I have double lone fire, so I was close, but with no big boss monsters, really I couldn't use the deck the way I was hoping.
Yeah, this week was rough because a lot of things got hit. Solum is now banned, so for us it's at 1, which isn't a big deal, but Warning is also limited, so that kills the Solum trio I think we both have access to. Bottomless is still limited, so even though I have a set, I can't use them.
Right, this is a weird time in Yu-Gi-Oh's history where they were pivoting towards faster gameplay, and Konami, for whatever reason, just decided to take every decent trap card and put it at 1. So, Compulse is at 1, Bottomless is at 1, Torrential's at 1. It's really weird, but yeah. I mean, things start to change in the next couple episodes, luckily, but next week's going to be a big week. This is actually going to be where the game completely changes, and a lot of people really adore this Duelist Alliance format.
Yeah, the Xyz era, I don't know, I don't have anything necessarily against the decks from this era, but support-wise, I felt like if you didn't get enough archetypes from that set, then it was all right, well, what do I play this time?
Right.
It felt like it was a very archetype heavy, and I don't know, that was something I really hated about the Zexal, was just all right, well, I don't like any of the archetypes in these sets, and pretty much all the old stuff I liked wasn't getting support, and that felt like I got doubled down on in our progression series here, where it was all right, we're on week 3 of Dragon Rulers because there's not much else going on right now.
Right, and honestly, even with how this deck sits, it's not going to lose anything else going on for the next couple weeks unless we do something about it. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's definitely something to consider when we're moving on to the next era of Yu-Gi-Oh!, which I'm very excited for.
Yeah, this is Pendulums, and because this is classic Pendulums, the Pendulum zones aren't in the Spell and Traps. They're their own separate zones. Right. So it's they're full power, for better or worse.
I don't know when we'll be able to play them. I mean, I guess technically next week we open, let's see, Duelist Alliance, and then the second set is New Challengers, which has the Cliffort deck, but a lot of the deck is super rare, ultra rare, secret rare. I think the lowest rarity card is Towers at rare. Yeah. But as far as pendulum support,
you're not going to run Time Gazer and Space Time.
No, I'm not about that life. Not unless I had Astrograph.
Well, this means that I have suffered another hat trick, which means I get to pick a starter deck from the past year.
Right.
And while the Cyber Dragon deck is tempting because of Nova and Infinity later on, the Lightsworn deck is pretty ridiculously stacked.
Yeah.
Not only do I get a second Judgment Dragon, but I get Raiden, which is, to my knowledge, the only way we can get it in this series. I add Celestia to the lineup, a second Lila, but more important than any of those is a card that I've been missing quite a bit, and that is Foolish Burial.
Yep, that's a good one. Especially next week with potentially Burning Abyss and Shadal's making their way in the game. It could be pretty crazy.
Yeah, so if Foolish Burial doesn't save my ass from another hat trick, I'm going to be just salty for the rest of the series.
I don't know. You're going to have to...
what am I doing
some
wrong?
Things are going to have to change up for sure, man. Things are getting a little out of control.
I'm saying Dragon Capture Jar should have been an amazing moment, but you drew the out. I don't know how you
out. I have 100 outs. Come on. You're like, what? Black Rose? Oh.
Hold up. Let me turn on the site real quick. What you mean? I sold him the Black Rose.
And I had the MST.
Ugh. Well, I, for one, am glad to be out of the Zexal era. I'm sure there's nothing broken coming in the Pendulum era in the next couple of weeks, so, we should have some nice balanced duels here.
Yeah, I hope so.
But that's next week, which is going to be a big one. We also get the starter deck with, the 2 Pendulum cards?
Yeah, 2 whole Pendulum cards.
Let me look it up. It's not starter deck Yugioh.
No, it's like World Superstar or
Space Time Showdown. Yeah, so a lot of generic vanillas. It gives you Stargazer and Time Gazer. And then a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, I was very disappointed. For some reason, I thought it was a better starter deck, and then I flipped through it. I was like, well, all right then. This changes nothing.
I think I get a third Raigeki break. So
hey, there you go.
That's something
good.
Looking forward to. But yeah, that starter deck doesn't do much. But we are officially in the Pendulum era as of next week. So until then, see you guys.
Peace.